Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Kedrick Farms. We're back with another live stream here as we catch up on some of the field work that we've got to do here on our County of 40 Mile save. And so we're going to jump right into it today. We've had quite a bit of activity on this map already. So let me get everything set up here, checking all my monitors to make sure we are indeed live. And we've got quite a few people in chat already today. So welcome to the stream, everybody. And we've got another channel member here. The stream captures all the activity from once I put it up in the morning. So welcome to the channel member status here, Farmer Tech 51. And yeah, welcome to everybody in the stream here. Hey Ryan, it's good to see you. Robert, welcome to the stream. We've got Joshua here. Now I'm going to admit here right out of the gate, I am standing today. I've converted my office over so I can switch between a standing and sitting desk. And I found I've been sitting all morning, so we're going to try streaming while standing up today. So if I'm a little fidgety or if my sound sounds a little bit off, please let me know. But hopefully everything's good and gonna keep running here. Now we're gonna be doing some more of the wheat harvest here. So we are kind of filling in the episodes here on County of 40 Mile. We've done 2 episodes of harvest here. We did this barley field and this wheat field. And we've got a whole bunch more harvest to go here. So we're going to start off today and try and tackle this big wheat field that we have on the live stream. And then that'll allow us to jump into the canola in our next episode. And I've got some cool plans for the canola harvest episode. We've got some new mods we're going to be trying out and doing some different things. So surprises to come. But today we're just going to be, for lack of a better term, grinding through harvest here. So I'm super excited about that. And I see we've got somebody, Bethan Thomas was talking about maybe it's frozen. YouTube's been doing that a little bit lately, so I recommend just hitting the refresh button if you're having some quality issues. And I won't fall out of my chair, no, Joshua, not while I'm standing, but we might have to switch at some point because 2 hours of standing during the live stream might prove to be a little bit much. Now I'm gonna try and take the corner off here and get everything set up, and then what I want to do in this field I think is go up and down on these rows this way. So we're gonna take this headland pass off here, and as we get everything going here, we'll go get the rest of our equipment here. So I'm going to catch up on chat just a little bit here. We've got quite a few people here in the chat already, so I'm already behind. Scott George, welcome to the stream, man. It's good to see you. Soda Bacon, good to see it as well, dude. Bob's Farming Channel, welcome to the stream. Injections, good to see you. We've got Jumped and Stranded from our moderator team both here. Rowdy, you're in school. Sneaking in a live stream during class. Igor, welcome to the stream. So we've got a lot of wheat here to get through today, but what I like about this field is it's primarily this loam soil type here, and so we're going to be getting some decent yields here compared to some of our other parts of the field. One here was mostly this silty clay, so we had a reduced yield, and so this is going to actually be a really solid field for us. And so I think what I'm going to do is once we take this headland pass off here and get to the corner, I'm going to set a worker off going down the long edge, and I'm going to go get that other combine and get him down here and started so we can keep everything going. Ryan, you're ditching school right now? You just got your second vaccine? Nice. Yeah, I'm actually going to get my second shot tomorrow morning, so yeehaw. Scott, no, I'm not doing straw. From my experience, at least, a lot of these farms up here, they just don't do the straw because you're covering so many acres. You might do a little bit of straw if you needed it for bedding for animals or something, but just haven't done a lot of straw up in this area from the research that I've done so far. Plus, me driving a baler is generally a recipe for disaster. Godly Devil, welcome to the stream, sir. Jacob Tyler, good to see you. Is this Oyster Tail modding? I apologize, I'm probably mispronouncing the name of your nickname there, but welcome to the stream, good to see you. Scott, good to see you, man. So I think we've got, what, we're 45% capacity here. We're gonna send this down this long edge here, and then we're gonna jump over here and grab the other combine, get him going. We're in precision farming mode. Let's switch. And I've left my trucks somewhere. I must have left them up in the yard, so we'll have to get those out here to the field as well. I think somebody suggested in the comments that I actually cut through in the middle of the field to make it easier when I'm trying to unload these combines. And so I think we're definitely going to be doing that here as soon as I can get down here. Beppy, it's too costly to transport straw. Yeah, I mean, you know, I expect with the amount of land you got, there's just such a distance that you would have to cover. Well, and even on this map, I suppose, like, I think the sell point would be way down here. So that would take quite a bit to drive down there. Probably be paying as much in fuel as I would in get back for straw. Plus, can you sell straw in seasons? I thought selling bales was limited in seasons. Maybe that's just grass bales. I thought you were limited to selling silage bales in seasons. That you can tell how much bale work I've done. Well, I don't even know for sure. Hey, hen dog, it's good to see you. Yeah, I've been trying out some different live stream times. I know a lot of people have expressed interest. I've got viewers all over the world, so rather than always streaming in the evenings, I thought I would try and do some streams in the midday now that I'm a little bit more flexible with my schedule. So, Krogmoss, you watched me turn over the hay bale truck on FSN. Yeah, that was an interesting episode for sure. I've done that a few times on FSN. Where'd my other worker go? He should be right here, and he's not. Well, I guess we're gonna do the unthinkable and tab through the equipment because I can't find him on the map. Oh, we're going off the map. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, workers trying to get the best of me. We do not want to go down. I don't want to go down there. Luckily, this is the one shallow part of the cliffside here. If he'd tried this a little bit down further along the way here, he'd have just gone straight off. So we're gonna continue along the edge here and hopefully beat the other combine to the center of the field here, although I think I'm gonna get full before then and get this headland taken off. Checking on chat here. I apologize, I'm falling behind today. Scott, it's good entertainment when at work. Totally working hard there, huh? Yeah, huh? Well, see, it's funny is, you know, I find that there's a lot of people that have down points during their day. They're looking for a distraction, and so anything I can do to keep you entertained. Marksville, we can sell the following bales. Yeah, Marksville's a little bit different, though, isn't it? Although we are running seasons there. But that map has some customizations. Yeah, Driver 53, I've converted over to using precision farming on every save I play these days. I find that while it has its own flaws, that it more closely resembles the style of farming that I'm used to, and the kind of the thinking that I'm used to when approaching farming. I really didn't like the way that lime was implemented, or fertilizer in general was implemented on the base game, and so I've really been embracing that and kind of using it every time. And I can't believe I'm going to actually come up at this juncture at the exact moment with both combines here. Absolutely ridiculous. Every time. I did this in the video I recorded for this series as well, I think, if you catch the blooper. Alright, we're going to stop that guy there. We're going to grab this guy. We're going to switch these out so this guy isn't as full. I am going to need to go get the auger wagon here in just a second, but before we go get that grain cart, let's get this guy turned in. I want to just finish this little bit, because the intent of doing this is that I can send this guy down these rows, and once we get the other guy down, send him down, and then I can unload in the middle between them here. And so I'm going to just start this worker off and let him go. He'll get full in just a second here. We'll finish opening this field up, and then we'll go get some trucks in the grain cart. Keep cutting through on them big fields. You don't have to stop to unload. Yeah, that's my goal, is by cutting through the middle like that, I'll be able to keep the augers on the inside and be able to unload each way and be able to cut back and forth between the two combines a little bit faster. If I was using Courseplay on this, I could make sure that I'm more or less keeping the augers on the inside all the time, but we are currently just using in-game workers for the time being. Taking a little bit of a break from Courseplay on this series since the fields are more or less large and squarish. Jeff, any plans to add to your realistic playstyle by adding a wheel and pedals? I do have a wheel and pedals. They're sitting right over here on my other PC, and I used to record my videos with them, but I find, especially for live streaming, that they get in the way a little bit for me right now. I think I just need to find a better way to set it up. The problem is that my gaming PC is also my working PC, and so moving them out of the way is kind of a pain sometimes to get everything hooked up and then move it back out of the way every time I sit down to play. I was hurting my back kind of reaching over them when I was trying to do video editing and stuff. And I'm jumping all over here in the chat, but those workers don't go where I like them to. Yeah, no kidding, Heath. Brody, welcome to the chat. My day has been going awesome. It's wonderful weather here in Michigan, so been enjoying a little bit of that. Although I haven't gotten outside too much today, but I'm hoping to have our dinner out in the sunroom this evening. Get out and enjoy some fresh air. Is there any way to instant scan the field for precision farming on PS4? Unfortunately, I don't believe so. The instant scanning that I've done in my PC tutorials and stuff is something that's only available on PC, I believe. Hey, it's PDH. Welcome to the stream, bud. Good to see you. Bethan, I don't think I would ever add Massey Ferguson to this map. I know they're an AGCO brand, but I've kind of been focused on Fendt and Challenger here, mostly Fendt. I do want to actually do a Massey Ferguson series at some point. There's some really cool mods there, but not as many US or North American based mods that I've seen. I've seen a few, but I would want enough to put together kind of a whole farm setup between the harvester and the tractors if I were to do that. But yeah, Simon, the precision farming is kind of difficult on console from what I've seen so far. But there is a mod that somebody came out with that'll do the scanning. You can mount it to the front of your tractor if you have a tractor that has a 3-point mount, and it'll scan while you're doing other field work. So I recommend checking that out if you're using console. I think it's a all platforms mod. I'm not positive. And I just drove through. It's always that last 3 feet. So I'm gonna put this guy right here alongside this, and we're gonna go grab this grain cart real quick, and that'll let us get these guys going, and then we can get our trucks and everything else set up here. I guess we can drop the HUD for the moment and get our cruise control going. There we go. Hey Sandman, welcome to the stream. It is a nice day in the mitten. As far as somebody asked what the temperature is here, I think it's somewhere around 75, 77 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's going to be in the 80s throughout the rest of the week, so wonderful weather here. The class mod is PC only. Well, thanks for the clarification, Driver 53. That's unfortunate because that would have been a good solution for console players. It's rough doing soil samples with the base game stuff. Alright, we're gonna unload this guy first, just so I can clean up this little scraggly bits here. Hey, it's Livin, our staff member. Another one of our staff members. We got just almost a full house on staff members today. It's Farm Sim Guy. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I admit I lurked in several of your streams this past week, but didn't chat in all of them. For those that don't know, Farm Sim Guy is an amazing content creator, and he's been putting out some awesome content. And he and I like to chat quite a bit about stuff, so he's got an awesome Discord community as well. And what I love about his Discord community is the one I hang out in the most outside of my own, because he's got a great section in there for YouTubers to share advice. And I know a lot of the people in the community are, people are interested in getting into content creation, and so there's a great group of content creators on there that are all sharing ideas, sharing stats, trying to help each other out. And for me, that's, a big part of what the Farm Sim community is all about, is just finding a community you can be friendly with and, get help with. And FSG is just such a great stand-up dude, so I highly recommend heading over and checking out his content. And we are gonna be getting over here, trying to get this other combine moving again. Now, I'm really hoping that because when we picked up combine number 2 there at the other end of the field, he was at 40-something%, that we're going to be able to make a full round on this and always keep these guys going without getting full with the auger on the wrong side of the opening here, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to see if I can not crash into anything here. And it'd be nice if I could get this combine moving again, so let's do that. There we go. Gotta keep these guys moving. We want to unload on the go. Need some triples, so I do want to put some triples on here, and I'll probably do that in the spring, but for running the grain cart right now, if you look down the tire edge here, they're perfectly aligned. So you wouldn't want to go past duals for grain cart duty. But triples coming on the 1050 for planting here again after we're done with harvest. I think we might try and put some winter wheat in on this map. That might be fun. I think that would go back in over our canola fields. I think if we look here on the seasons menu, we've got the ability to plant, winter crops as well. And so we might try to put some crops in here right after harvest, so. Jack says, do I have any tips for grain cart courses in Courseplay? Yeah, wear a hat so you don't pull your hair out. I do have a couple of videos on that. tutorial videos that I've done, but it can be a struggle. My biggest tip for that, though, is just to make sure you take off extra headland passes. I always do 2 headland passes, but if I'm planning to try and fully automate something with Courseplay, I'll usually set up additional headland passes. I might take off 3 or 4 depending on how many implements I have. Jacob, I'm doing well. Good to see you in the stream. Brian, good to see you. You like this time slot? Good, thank you. That's one of the things I guess I didn't mention a little bit ago, but I am looking for feedback on the live stream slots. We're going to try and get this guy to stop here. Just don't want to go down this hill. I don't think I'd get back up. Don't need a repeat of the multiplayer stream I did last time where I couldn't get out of the lime facility. But yeah, sorry, I'm distracting myself. Definitely looking for feedback from people if this is a good slot or not. You know, honestly, I'll kind of base that on, you know, how many viewers I get in different time slots. But that's been the goal, is to just try a bunch of different slots over the next couple of weeks and see what people like. Triples on a Fent would be a good tutorial video. Yeah, there's somebody that posted in the custom modding Facebook group on with a version of that and how to do it, and then I think Argsy actually did a tutorial on how to add that to a mod, if I'm not mistaken, or I might be getting confused, but either way, it's floating around there. So let's see if I can find the trucks here. I could put a poll on my community page. I could do that. I might do that after I've experimented a little bit, because again, you know, there might be time slots I'm not thinking about as well. So we might have to load some up. Hey, it's Botar. Welcome to the stream. Tomorrow is Tutorial Tuesday. Yes. I haven't committed to the video just yet. I've got 2 ideas in mind that I'm going to do for that. So I got to commit to that and get one of those pumped out here yet today. We're going to turn this truck around while it's still empty, I think, and leave it right over here on the far side of the road. Just because that's going to be the easiest thing for us. And that'll let us load on the road. Randy Pepler, good to see you, man. You just got off a conference call? 4-hour conference call. Nice. I do not miss those. That has been the nicest thing about the career change, is not sitting on a Zoom call for 4 to 8 hours at a time. So I need to hurry up and unload here and hopefully get out of this other combine's way here. I think this is combine number 2 coming up on us right now. I think he'll be able to turn around here if I get out of the way. Brian, I have heard that the FSN is going to run kind of in a mixed mode for a while. I think because there's not a lot of mods that'll come out for FS22 for a little while. So my understanding is that FSN is going to stand up a few FS22 servers, but then also keep the FS19 servers running for a while. We're not quite going to get out of the way. Oh, this is going to be very unfortunate, isn't it? All right, go, go, go. Hey, look at that. It works. All right, so he's going to get turned around. So I think this is going to work out exactly how I want it to. And so the hope is I can unload him on the go on the way down, and then flip around and pick the other guy up on the way back, and then dump into the truck. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hello from the UK. So it turns out I'm gonna be going to the UK, assuming travel restrictions are lifted by sometime in August. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna be getting to visit some family that I have out there. Might even have to head out there up to visit Mr. Farm Sim guy in person if he's around. But yeah, I've got to get ahead of content here because my wife has got a couple of big plans for us this summer. So we've got plans in June and plans in August, and trying to figure out how to get ahead on content, and then, you know, maybe even figure out how to do some live streams on the road. Since I live stream at 1080p, it's not quite as taxing as when I'm recording 4K content, so we might have to figure that out. Yeah, it's interesting. I've got such a following in the Netherlands compared to some of the other countries in different places. I mean, obviously the US and Canada are my two strongest audiences, but I would say the Netherlands is probably a third if I look at my YouTube stats. I can come and edit at your house. Oh, there you go. Get some content done, slap a quick video out. We'll live stream from FSG's house. That's the plan. The Courseplay overloader is driving you nuts. Yeah, I have to say, Courseplay overloader mode is generally frustrating. If you're not looking to unload on the go, Autodrive is honestly probably the better option for people. I think FarmSim Guy actually did a video to that end where he talked about the differences between the two. And I haven't done many Autodrive tutorials, so definitely head over to FarmSim Guy for an Autodrive tutorial on that. I like Courseplay because I like unloading on the go. Autodrive can do it, but it's honestly going to be better experience if you're just looking to set it up and walk away from it. Autodrive's going to have your back on that. I know Autodrive can unload on the go, but it's not, at least in my experience, it wasn't nearly as seamless as Courseplay's. And yeah, that's the thing, Botar, is like, I almost feel like I'm giving up. It's like, no, I have to get Courseplay to work. I'm not, Autodrive's just too easy. You just run it up to the edge of the field and tell it to go? Like, what is this? Safer computer chairs. Nice. Alright, let's see here. I do not want to empty this guy. So both these guys are turning around now, so this would be a good time for me to go empty this truck, since everybody's kind of running on their own. Hey, Goggle Pop, it's good to see you. We better tarp this semi up before we get going. Where was I at? I missed a comment that I was going to respond to, and I skipped past it, and I'm like, my brain won't shut off until I remember which one it was. Oh, there. PDH, you asked about the Work RPM mod. I have not seen that mod before, but I definitely want to check that out. Because I like the idea of the tractor revving up when you're doing things with it. Alright, so this thing has got the biggest work area in existence, so I'm gonna turn my HUD on for just a second here so I can see which tip side I'm on. Tip side front. And I've got the window open in my office here, but unfortunately the heater just came on and the heat vent is like right above me and is blasting me, so I apologize. I'm going to figure out how to turn that off real quick here from my phone before I start melting here. There we go. Yeah, the fun of having a basement office is that it gets cold down here, so despite being 70 something outside, it's like 65 in the basement. And so the furnace likes to come on in the middle of the summer for no good reason. What header am I using for my ideal combines? Great question. I'm using the 45-foot header from the base game, maybe? No, Not from the base game. Oh, I'm using 50-foot headers in this series. My bad. I'm pretty sure I told somebody on Facebook I was using, or on comments yesterday, that I was using a 45-foot header. There is a 50-foot header that I'm using on these. If you look at this, I believe I've got a few different mods, but somewhere I picked up this 50-foot header. It might have come with the combines. I can't recall now. Alright, so let's get this semi back out here. It looks like our combine is just now turning around, so we need to unload them here real quick. And then we'll get the other truck pulled out here maybe. I'm just about able to keep up with 2 combines doing wheat here with the grain cart and 1 semi. And so it's working pretty good for us. We're just gonna leave this right about here, I think. The nice thing about owning all this land is we don't have to worry about any traffic coming through and blasting into our trucks. And let's get going here. Cody Mueller, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Brian, I have tried that Real Cedar mod. And I had an issue on like one of the planters I was using. I couldn't get it to unload the seed again. And so I got kind of stuck not being able to switch the seed types. And so I think it was just that specific planter I was using at that point, but it was something that I meant to get back to using at some point. So we'll see. That might make a comeback here. Driver 53, do I have a favorite equipment setup? Absolutely I do. I'm a John Deere fanboy, right, obviously. And so, you know, my preferred equipment is the modern John Deere stuff. A lot of the stuff I was using on my Millennial Farms playthrough. And so if I had to pick a favorite tractor, it would be the 8RX, hands down. If I had to pick a favorite combine, it would be the X9. And so, you know, I really kind of like that more modern equipment that you see coming out, the newer John Deere mods. Yeah, Eric, the auger and everything that are hooked up there on this map are built into the map, but that is essentially the backhoe auger and I forget what you call the drive over hopper, the conveyor that you drive the semi over. Those are backhoe branded, and you can get those as standalone mods. I believe they're on either Yes Mods or Mod Network, or maybe both, that you can find those. But in this particular case, part of the map. Yeah, Brian, I think that is a mod that I would like to try out on Mercer. I think it'd be a good fit for that map. Trying out a few different, more realistic styles on that map. Smaller mods and stuff as well. So that would be fun. I also want to try and bring the community extension mod to that map as well. You guys are starting hay already? I guess it's not that late for hay. Or not that early for hay. It's been a while since I did it. I vaguely remember doing it more in the summer, like after we were all done planting and everything. We usually had like a week or two, and then we would be helping the neighbors out do their hay, but... Alright, we're all emptied here. I'm not sure I actually need to bring the other truck out, but both of these guys are going down the other way, so we're going to go ahead and just grab the other truck. That way I don't have to worry about it if we get busy here. Randy, I have used the realistic seed usage mod in the past. I might have used that in, like, back in my time-lapse days, though. I don't know if I've used it recently. I think the problem I had with that was when I did a little bit of research and compared it to what I had been talking to a bunch of people I knew that were actually farming, the numbers didn't line up. And so for me, I guess it was better than base game, but it was also... the problem with it that I had was when you start using these mods that make it so you use more material, you also need to make sure that you're editing the cost of said materials to line up with reality, and then you have to match up the sell prices and the buy prices, and it kind of turns into this rabbit hole of making sure that everything you're doing is taking on those realistic values. Which is where mods like the community extension mod comes in, because it lets you edit a bunch of those values and such. So that's the goal, is to get into some of that and be able to, really get into a more realistic setup where, not only am I using more realistic values for how much seed costs and how much seed goes into the ground and stuff like that, but then also the other side of that where I have realistic crop prices and such. Of course, I'll never make any progress in a save game then if I do that, because, most farmers struggle to make ends meet year to year. But it might be interesting to at least get closer. Be cool. Da, da, da. And the chat just goes by so fast some days. Some farmers doing silage in the Netherlands, but it was raining so much. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you can do silage in the rain, but it just gets to be a mess quickly. So, Brian, the community extension mod is currently on Thundar's Discourse server, and my understanding, based on posts he's been making in the last couple of days, is he's planning on opening up his Discord server to the public again. And he's been talking about possibly having a public Facebook page again to just post his stuff. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. It sounds like he's still thinking things through. But I'll definitely be sharing more information about that when it happens, because Thundar's just been one of those awesome behind-the-scenes people in the community that helps so many modders out, and I mean, he's responsible for the unit convert mod that I use, and lots and lots of people use, and a bunch of other mods. So hey, it's Fry, welcome to the stream, bud. Thomas, appreciate the congratulations. It's definitely been an interesting transition for sure. Not something I necessarily expected to be able to do, but it's been fun so far, so I can't wait to see how it goes. Let's get running across the field here. It just amazes me just how much ground we're covering. I mean, these fields are just massive. If we were trying to do corn on a field this size, I'd have filled up the semis about 1 million times by now, I feel like. I think we get about 3x the yield on corn than we do wheat here. All right. Yeah, I can't use unit convert, or I can't play without a unit convert mod at this point. I've gotten so used to seeing things in bushels and, units that I recognize again. So I'm definitely grateful that he was able to patch that up when precision farming came out and you couldn't use unit convert and precision farming at the same time. I was definitely torn. So I'm so glad he patched that up pretty quickly. Alright, looks like this guy's all emptied out here, so we're gonna run back up here and dump this into the semi here. Looks like we're gonna finish up the far end of this field first here. I can adjust the downspout on this. Yeah, I was all excited this morning. I saw Custom Modding had their new Demco grain cart released on the mod hub for all of a couple of minutes, and then it went right back down. I was really hoping to use that today during the live stream. That would have been fun to swap out, but I wanted to respect the fact that they didn't intend for that to get released, so we're going to hold off a day or two here. Hopefully it's coming out soon. And looks like we're topped off there. I don't think that semi's quite full yet, though, so we're definitely able to more than keep up with 2 of these harvesters. I think we're going to have to look into getting some more harvesters here. These 2 9Ts are doing a good job, but I think we might need to pick up another one, especially as we jump into our canola here. This field is even larger. If we look at the map here, not only is it wider, but it's quite a bit longer. I can't really do a side-by-side comparison because this one is all of this land, so oh yeah, I mean, Thundar is just stand-up guy. He's done all kinds of awesome mods. I wish I understood the scripting side of Farm Sim half as well as he does. Yeah, and that's the fun part is that while I use unit convert to get to US-based measures, you know, people in Europe and whatnot are also using it for all kinds of different things as well. So, you know, it's just a great mod to convert to wherever you're at. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Livin. We will see you soon. Skipper, I don't think I'm running Autodrive on the map. Like, I don't think I even put the mod on. Let's turn our HUD on here real quick and see. I do have Autodrive on here. I haven't actually set up any Autodrive courses yet. I definitely could. I just haven't found that it's that necessary at this point. I've got 2 semis sitting here waiting to be filled still. So, not a whole lot going on from that perspective. Hey, gaming only modding. Appreciate the comment there. We've definitely been having fun cranking out the videos the last few weeks. It's getting easier, and I've got some big ideas. I think I've got something coming out tomorrow, a little bit different than what I've done before. So excited about that. And I'm working on a new Let's Play series right now. We're putting some work into setting up some cool stuff for that. So hopefully launching that here in the not too distant future. That will be something kind of fun, I think. Fry, what happened to the Farm Manager series? I assume you mean on FSN? Well, a couple of things, but the biggest is that FSN just takes a lot of time, and I didn't have enough free time to keep up with my farm on FSN, so when I took a break, I had to essentially get rid of most of my assets as part of going on leave with FSN, so now I need to figure out if I want to rebuild that all from scratch or what I'm going to do. Alright, so we're getting this guy emptied out here. Let's see what's going on. This should definitely top off that front semi here when we're done. One change I want to make is at some point swap this out with the scripts that Perma's Modding did so that I can make this display in a unit of measure that makes sense, or put an in-cab grain monitor in this tractor. How to flip tractors for beginners tutorial. Oh no, I tabbed. When you're trying to hit one button and then you hit a different one. Where's my tractor? I've got too much equipment here. Well, that was not what we wanted to do. Let's finish emptying this guy out here. I think he's just about empty. And go get this other guy going. Yeah, it's funny. Back before I was really into a lot of content creation, or I was still figuring things out, I came across, I think it was like was it Gray Still Plays, or one of those bigger YouTubers that was doing a few one-off farming simulator videos, and he was just goofing off, changing things in the file and doing absolutely ridiculous things. And it was just like, you know, I know how to do all of these things. Would love to put together some tutorials on the right way to edit all of these basic vehicle properties, so that you can, you know, lots of people want to change the working speed of an implement and do a bunch of stuff that's relatively easy to do. And so, you know, I felt like that's an area that I want to do some more tutorials on, is kind of like modding basics, where it's a lot easier than most people think. I think a lot of people get intimidated by what they see in the XML files, and it's really not that hard. But yeah, he likes to try and break the game, which is just hilarious. If I accidentally tab, just shift tab to go back, that works unless you use Steam. And so since I have Steam, all shift tab does is bring up the Steam overlay for me, which I could remap to another key, I suppose, but never got around to it. A UDIM tutorial for FS19, I would say that's probably not modding basics. That's more of an intermediate or advanced topic for most. But yeah, if I turn it off in Steam settings, then I can't use it. So I actually like using the Steam overlay for things, especially when I'm playing games with other people. So disabling it per game might be helpful. But I do use the Steam overlay for like FPS and things like that too. PC or PS4? I'm definitely a PC guy. What I've been having problems with lately is the, not the Steam overlay, but the Discord overlay doing some weird things. I've had to disable that because it was causing problems, although now I just leave OBS open so that it doesn't come up half of the time because I've been too lazy to configure it. What size map is this? I believe it's a 4x map. I'm not actually sure. It might be a 16. I don't think it's a 16. I think this is just a 4x map. It's a big map. Let's see here. So we got our combine coming up here. Looks like he's on the final pass. Let's jump into him here. Oh, we got just a little bit left over here. But we're only at 49% of our hopper, so we can definitely finish this up. Although, I suppose we should still unload him on the way back down. Sneaky Eskimo looking for a good 8x. I haven't found that going above a 4x has really been necessary. It's just a lot of space. I find that I don't enjoy when maps get too large, just because, you know, I've only got so much time to do things, and at that point you're just running Autodrive or Courseplay to do everything, and you're not actually playing the game at all anymore. And so I felt like 4x is kind of that sweet spot for my playstyle, where it's, you know, not a trivial task to take a load of corn up to sell it or do something, but you can still reasonably do that yourself without getting bored. But yeah, the the Courseplay automation is fun. Like, that's the balance. Like, if you're just looking to automate everything, like Autodrive and Courseplay on a map like that would be a lot of fun. Alright, we're gonna just get going back here on the long rows. I think I'm actually gonna let the worker take this back down. We're gonna unload him real quick. Yeah, 16x. You can't really get an 8x. It's a 8K kilometer. It always goes up by the doubling factor, right? So 1x, 4x, 16x, 64x. I said doubling, but... $128 would be ridiculous. Like, at least the way Farm Sim is currently optimized, like playing on a 4X is already difficult now. So, you know, it depends on the level of detail, but if you go much above a 4X, you can't really have that much terrain, or, you know, things are gonna start to get a little bit choppy. PDH, got any tips for a math exam? Study? Stop watching the stream? Dries, what do I do for a living? Well, as of the beginning of this month, I do this for a living now. So I am officially a full-time content creator now. So, which is a little bit weird to say out loud still getting used to that a little bit, but we're making it a go. Getting to the end of this row here. Alan, welcome to the stream. Hello from a retired farmer. So I'm used to work on the farm back in the day, in my younger years, almost what? Can I do math that high anymore? About 25 years ago now. Yeah, 25 years ago, I worked on a farm. For about, well, I worked on 3 different farms over the course of 5 years. So, a little bit of real world experience, but not as much as a lot of people in the community, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the optimizations in FS22. I think that it's going to make bigger maps much more viable based on what I'm hearing. iPhone or Android? I am definitely an Android guy. Love watching the videos, love this map, wish you could play on it. So I'm going to assume you're a console player if you're not able to play on this map. This is a great map by Camil Modding. Or Camil Mapping, and the link is in the description below the video, and he did a great job on this map, and you can get it on his Facebook group if you're on PC. So we're gonna take this combine number 2 here over to the far end of the field and get him going. A professional extreme sport chair rider. There you go, Bowtire. Yeah, my content creator is just a cover for my my spy background. I wish that were the case. Well, probably not. I enjoy being home and spending time with my family too much for something that involved for a background. The PDA? I don't know. I mean, I thought the PDA was decent on this map. At least for the fields. A lot of times the fields don't line up very well. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is just get this started back up here. Turn my HUD on, make sure I'm getting lined up. There we go. And I'm way zoomed out. Let's grab our grain cart here. Head down here. Our combine number 1 should be turning around here in just a moment. Adam, you wish you knew how to download the maps other than the in-game mods? Yeah, it's funny. I played most of Farm Sim 17. I played that since it came out. And it wasn't until towards the end of that that I really started to get into downloading mods from third-party sites. Alright, let's jump in and do a little bit of time in the combine here. There's a mod on the Giants Mod Hub that changes the speed of the equipment in the shop when you buy things. Oh, interesting. So we've got just a few passes left in this field here. Let me see. Oh, that's right. This is the field where I can't get individual field information out of precision farming because it's all one big combined field, which is a little bit unfortunate. And this is the one thing that I always don't like when map makers do this, is just that, like, I don't like when my fields are combined. I wish that they were just always separate so I could always buy them individually if I wanted to. Ooh, let's grab the grain cart here and unload real quick. I'm thinking I'll be able to fit the rest of this field into these 2 semis, but we're gonna see. I've lost all my windows. Been live for what, almost an hour here? A good deal. Got this guy emptied up, and the other combine has just made the turn at the end here, so we're going to be able to keep going. Now the interesting thing, or the other interesting thing for me, is to see we don't need to do any plowing with these crops. Like corn, with the way seasons works, you always have to plow after corn, at least with seasons. And so this will be new for me, is just planting right back into the same ground, not having to do a bunch of tillage afterwards. So going to have to think about that, but we're definitely going to be doing some winter crops here. We're a couple of days away from the optimal planting time for those, so I don't want to plant them too early. I was actually kind of surprised that we were able to get in and start harvesting as early as we were, given that we planted these crops in the spring. So that was a welcome surprise. Just looking at the edge of our map here. Archie, welcome to the stream. Glad you're enjoying it. It's something that I'm still getting my feet under me from a live streaming perspective. Need to set up some air circulation in here though. It's getting a little bit stuffy with all the lights on. I opened the windows up, but apparently the wind died down outside today. And so now I've just got a bunch of heat coming off of all of these lights. And I can't believe I didn't hit the front of the semi there. That was truly impressive. And so, yeah, so there's not going to be any tillage on this particular map. No need to do any plowing. And usually I think they, for this, as long as the ground isn't too compacted, I think they're just seeding right back into the ground that they harvested out of. It's got to be pretty good for cutting down on soil erosion, I'd imagine. Yeah, Scorpion's Edge. Live streaming's a whole different ballgame. Has taken some getting used to for sure. I think the biggest thing that I've had to get used to more than anything is taking drinks of water on a regular basis. It always feels weird to me to do things like drink water or something on stream, but you can't get away without doing it, or else I won't be able to talk the next day. So we're gonna get this tractor spun around here so that it's ready to go when this combine gets back up here. But I think what we're gonna do is actually go grab this Mack truck and run it back up to the farm here. We're gonna try and keep this wheat going. Close our covers up here. PDH, you've got Coca-Cola. Yeah, I've been trying to completely cut out all of the well, all the caffeine in general, but pop especially. I used to drink just a ton of it, and it's generally not so good for you. Not so good for me. And so that's the first thing that I cut out of my diet as I'm trying to get back on track. COVID has not been kind to the figure. So, time to get back on track with things now that we're able to get out and do some more things. Super excited. My wife and I have both gotten fully vaccinated at this point. So, well, I'm going in on Tuesday, so we'll be able to hopefully go out and do some more things here shortly. PDH, I drink coffee. But it's funny, my wife gives me such a hard time, so she's got one of these really fancy espresso machine things that she makes coffee for me in every morning, but it's like 1/3 coffee, 1/3 milk, 1/3 creamer, so it's not really coffee. No, my particular poison has always been the energy drinks. I used to drink a ton of Mountain Dew, and then I started drinking Monster and a bunch of other energy drinks, and generally just not such a good thing to be drinking 10 of those a day. So I think we're going to leave this truck right up here in the yard, because I really don't think we're going to need it. And I'm going to go ahead and jump back down in here to our grain cart. I could try espresso. Yeah, I just don't like the taste of coffee. Like, honestly, I'm not drinking it for the caffeine at this point. Once you give up caffeine, I find that I actually have more energy when I'm not trying to use caffeine to keep myself awake. But, you know, it's just kind of this cycle where, you know, if you're drinking it regularly, you kind of need it to keep going. If you don't drink it at all, I find that I just generally have more energy without it, so that's the goal, at least, to just completely give it up. I drink a lot of water now. I probably drink 2 to 3 of these a day now, which is pretty good. I think this is a 32-ounce bottle, so almost a liter. We're gonna zip back around here, catch this other guy on his way down, and then we'll probably hop up here and stop combine number 1. That'll let combine number 2 come back up the field on this little tiny row, and then we'll have both combines up on the appropriate end of the field, which will be nice. When are we gonna switch to the metric system? Probably never. I think that it's too cost prohibitive to switch at this point. I think that, you know, I would be, you know, I would agree that the metric system probably makes more sense in the grand scheme of things, but the cost of replacing all of the signs and everything and all of our infrastructure would be a big hurdle to get over. Hey, Harv, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So I've got most of his. Oh, we're missing the... We gotta jump up here. I don't want this combine coming all the way back down the field. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get him shut down here. We are gonna be starting on this big canola field next, so probably put him right back up over here. We'll toss this out. I'll get the grain cart up here in a moment to unload him, but I want to get this guy going. Oh, he's going. Good deal. COVID made me grow a keg instead of 6-packs. That about sums up my current state of being. I would definitely agree with that one. Second time since February you lost power. Hey, Julian, good to see you. And welcome to the stream. So I'm trying to decide if I want to start in on this canola harvest in this stream, or if we're gonna save that for the video. I'd kind of like to get started on it because it's such a big field, and I'm gonna save the smaller field for the video, I think, because whoa, we're crashing into our header here. I want to do the comparison for precision farming between the field that we limed and the field that we didn't lime, and we'll do that in a video so I can take my time and record some values and stuff. So I think we're going to jump across the road here and get started on this canola field as soon as we're done with this pass. Yeah, Q-Boy, I think people have answered, but the unit convert mod is what's letting me see bushels instead of liters. Alright, I think he's emptied out. Let's park this guy right over here to get the other one emptied, and we'll get set up for canola. Zip over here, nice and speedy. I think, much like the other end, we're gonna do up and down rows on this field, so we're gonna just bring this guy back up to about middle of this field. Let's see, where's middle gonna be? Just behind the truck. And I think we're gonna cut through here and do kind of the same thing. We could probably do a Courseplay course, but honestly, I think the workers are gonna be fine. I think this is working out good. So let's get this guy going. Get him lined up going straight might help. There we go. We can turn on the road on each end here. Ooh, awesome. There's a new Millennial Farmer video. Probably my current favorite Real Farm YouTube channel to watch. If for the only reason that he's farming in an area that I've spent a lot of time in personally. We've got 800 bushels of wheat here. I don't think it's all gonna fit in this semi. Definitely not. This semi's just about full. Yeah, that wasn't even worth it. So we're gonna leave that there. I'm gonna get the other combine going here, and we'll take this semi back up to the yard and we'll switch them out. While he unloads, we'll get the next one going. I'm really hoping that our other combine here, which one? It's combine number 2 that we're opening up the field with right now. I think combine number 2 needs to turn to the left. I hope he's not going to turn to the right. That would make me very sad. So hopefully I can get this guy going and run the truck up and get back out here before poor decisions are made. We'll see. And I'm looking at our yield here. We're getting 77 bushels to the acre. If I look at precision farming real quick, that's in the good stuff. So we're gonna get less yield up here. So canola's yielding a little bit less than our wheat did. Same percentage, we're doing good, but we're just not gonna get enough, not get enough, but get the same amount of volume out of that, which is fine by me. So let's bring this semi up to the yard and switch it out with the other one real quick so we can get this wheat out of here. Kedrick, what do I think about Larson Farms? I've watched them a little bit. I haven't watched them nearly as much, which is interesting because I'm actually from southern Minnesota. That's where I spent my teenage years. And that's where I worked on the farm and such as well. So they're definitely a little bit closer to where I actually lived. But I've only seen a few of their videos, so... Oh, hey, it's Farmer Tech. I'm not sure if I saw you join earlier, our newest channel member. And so I guess for those that don't know, I haven't plugged all of our multiplayer servers yet today. We have a public multiplayer server for those that want to play with other people multiplayer. And so you can hop on, it's available to anybody on the Discord server. And so we're currently running Flint Hills on the public multiplayer server. And then we've got 2 servers available for channel members. So if you hit that join button below the video there and become a channel member, you get access to a specific place on the Discord server. And then also we've got 2 multiplayer servers available for people to hop on and play with other members. So definitely check that out if that's your thing. And it looks like we've got Allie in chat here, and it's Allie's birthday, so happy birthday. And welcome to the stream. Ooh, I like that cake emoji. That's pretty cool. I feel like some days I'm just too old. I don't pay attention to all the emojis that are available. Whoa, we're driving on the field. Get back on the road. Get around this canola without running into anything. Oh, we haven't been paying attention. Are we going on the right path or not with our other worker? We'll park here under the auger and then get turned back around. Alright, yep, he's going the wrong way. Worker, well, how are you doing this? Which means the other worker's gonna get to this spot and have problems and so on and so forth. However, this old man Jeb, welcome to the stream. What's an emoji? Exactly. Alright. You get going that way. We're gonna come back here and manage this disaster. You missed a lot of school because of my stream? Well, that's not good. I have a lot of friends who are school teachers, and I feel like I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble one of these days because it'll be one of the chances of one of their students being somebody who watches my stream is fairly low, I would say, but so one of these days they're gonna hear about this and they're just gonna give me the dirty look. Alright, so we've got number 1 heading down that way. We've got combine number 2 here, who is actually starting to get a little full, so I need to get going on emptying this guy. We've got hopefully all the wheat into this trailer now. We're just gonna sprint down this field. Sometimes it's just easier to run a little bit fast rather than use the map and jump in and out a bunch of times. So let's run down here, and we're going to get this first load of canola here. Now this canola is going to be, hopefully, the money maker on the farm here. I'm hoping to bring in some good dollars from this canola and pay down some of our loans. We've got a fair amount of debt on this map, I think, at this point. We'll check that here in just a second. There we go. It always freaks me out at first to see the canola texture going in. It's not as light as all the other things that we're harvesting typically, so if we look at the map or the thing here, we're at 370,000, so not as bad as I expected, but we're definitely taking this $2,437 a day hit from interest, so we need to make sure that we're paying down some of this debt here soon so that we don't have to keep paying all that money out every day. Scorpion's Edge, your kids will never be caught watching Farm Sim stream. Yeah, I actually, it's funny, I tried to get my teenager to, you know, give up just a little bit of time and be kind of a smart worker. I was like, just all I need you to do is like drive around and run the grain cart so that I can run the tractor for a couple videos. It'll be cool, you know, it'll work out so much better, you know, from a content perspective. And he just laughed. He's just like, no, I'm not playing Farm Sim. Meanwhile, my 4-year-old, he's all about it. I've got him set up on my other computer here, and he loves playing. He's just not quite good enough to understand the concept sometimes. His idea of harvesting a field is a little bit entertaining still, but he's getting there, so we give him another year and I'll have some real-life help. Oh, that's a good one, Simon. The combine is going to be causing me some problems with this semi-truck here. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the way real quick. I can probably leave him out here and get some canola in this back hopper. Now that we're on to a crop that is even less volume than wheat, we're gonna not really need to run multiple semis, I don't think. Hey, it's K Sailor. Welcome to the stream. Doing well. We decided to jump over from our wheat harvest and get canola harvest kicked off here. There's just so much of it to do. And that'll free me up to do our next video here on the other field and do some comparisons. JRE, welcome to the stream. I'm always excited to see so many new people joining the community. Alright, well, while we wait for this guy to turn around, we're going to go to the BRB screen for just a second, and I'm gonna lower my desk and sit down for a bit. It's been interesting from a streaming perspective. I'm going to be really curious to see how much noise this is making. I rewatch most of my videos, and so I'm going to be super curious to see how this works out when I watch this back at some point. See how distorting me being standing while streaming was. So, but we've got the chair, and I managed not to fall over getting the switch done, so that's always the struggle apparently for me. It's funny, I did it once on a live stream, and then I've done it like 2 more times while recording / editing. My chair has been a little bit of a death trap. I managed to fall out of it on more often than I'd care. Oh good, like the motor for lowering and raising the desk isn't obnoxiously loud, but it's pretty loud. Like, you can hear it really well in my office, so I was kind of curious how much of that the microphone was going to be picking up. JRE, you're a console player but looking to get a PC soon. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for the full farm sim experience, PC is definitely where it's at, in my opinion. There's just so much more flexibility. Improving your gaming experience, though, once you get to PC, farm sim is very much CPU bound. So a lot of people like to buy, CPUs that have multiple, cores, so that you can do more at the same time, and a lot of games are optimized for that. Farm Sim 19 definitely is not. Farm Sim 22 hopefully will be, but this game is more CPU bound than any other game I've played. Beyond that, I mean, a decent graphics card is going to help a lot. Fastish hard drives are also good, especially if you play with a lot of mods. Good hard drives can increase the load time of the game for you quite a bit. I switched over from old school SATA drives to using SSD, and then what's it called, the faster the SATA, what do you call them? I'm having a zero brain here, but the chip-based ones that you put on your motherboard. I'm saying SATA, I mean SSD. Refocus or reset the camera. Yeah, I don't have a very good graphic or a very good web camera right now, and so the lighting in my office is presently a little bit awkward. So hopefully it balances out here. I don't even know if I have the ability. I'm sure I have the ability to turn off the autofocus, but I haven't set that up on my Stream Deck. Oh, hey, it's Noggy. Welcome to the stream, bud. Good to see you. But yeah, Joshua, on the camera front, I'm 90% sure it's just that I have a terrible camera. There we go. Tony for the win. PCIe. Alright, let's see if we can unload this. Yeah, M.2. So we've already got over 1,000 bushels here in the grain cart. And so let's, I think that's going to be enough to fill the back pup trailer here. And so let's get this one down. I turn the exposure down, it's a bit too bright. That might actually be because I sat down and I'm at a different height now. Let's try this. There we go. That might be just a smidge better. If you want a real FS19 experience, play on Mac. Let's see, let's not unload on the tarp side. We're gonna flip around here and unload on this side over here. Yeah, when I was standing up, it's interesting. Yeah, you can see it's got the auto exposure. The brightness is changing on the camera rather quickly here. I've got to have so much light on for the green screen effect that it has a tendency to wash me out a little bit because of the type of light I'm using on the other side for the green screen. I'm going to have to get... I have to get a second light, essentially, that isn't going to cause problems. And I should be good to go. It's on the to-do list. Yeah, I actually disabled autofocus on the webcam. That was one thing I knew I could do, just because I'm always in the right zone, and the autofocus would catch occasionally my microphone and things that weren't in frame because I cropped the video to get the green screen to work better, and it just caused so many problems. And so that was the first thing to go. I've been working on the whole office setup, and so I've spent a good chunk of time in the last few days putting up more sound treatment in my office because it's just this giant, or not giant, but it's a big empty room with no furniture in it outside of my computer desk, and so it was getting to be quite echoey in here. And so we put up a bunch of sound treatment to help out. Hey, FFB Hallman, it's good to see you. My lighting, so I use an Elgato key light for my main light, which lets me change the brightness and the color of the light, like how warm it is, what is it, saturation? I don't know, I'm not a light guy, and it works great, I love it. And so I've got one of those that sits kind of up in this area above and behind my camera a little bit, and that works really good. But then on the other side, I've got like a work light from the garage, an LED work light that's on the floor here that also allows me to adjust the color hue a little bit, but it doesn't work all that great, and it generates a ton of heat. And so I'm like sweating over here from this light shining behind me to keep the green screen lit, and so I need to get another LED style light that's designed for this to put over on my other side. What Hendog's asking what my favorite map is that I play in Farm Sim. That's a good question. I've played so many maps, but it's hard to pick like one favorite map. I would say that I think some of the best maps out there that I've played on that are just good, solid maps all around are probably, the three core 4Xs that are in my mind. You've got Flint Hills, Midwest Horizon, and Medicine Creek. I've logged the most hours on those three maps, I think, in general. And so those, are in a certain class of maps that I like to play, and are really solid maps. If I had to pick just one that I've had a ton of fun on, it'd probably be the Millennial Farmer map. That map has just got a special place in my heart, again, because, my grandfather's actually from Lowry, Minnesota, and I've spent a lot of time up in Lowry and Starbucks, so I just like seeing an area that's based on somewhere that, I know in real life. And then outside of that, if you're looking for smaller maps, definitely, MRG's got a bunch of good smaller maps to play. Played on a bunch of those. What state do I live in, Allie? You're from Orlando, Florida? I've spent a bunch of time in the Orlando area. I live in Michigan at present. I'm from Minnesota originally and spent a good amount of time farming in Minnesota in my younger years. But I currently live in the state of Michigan. Your friend Drake cloth to help with the sound travel reduction. Yeah, and it's funny is even when I'm recording, a lot of times I'll set up the green screen and other things because my green screen is actually a nice fabric green screen. It's on a stand, so it's a little bit more rigid. It's like a portable green screen. And so it works really well. So I'll set that up, and I'll set a few other things up in the room to help cut down on some of the noise. But I've also just got some foam squares that I put on the walls that kind of cut down on the reverb and how much it echoes in here. It's not really soundproofing, more sound redirection, absorption. The Mitten State, that it is. Defiance, Ohio. I'm not sure I'm familiar with Defiance specifically. Ohio, I hate to say it this way, but Ohio's more of a transit state for me. We usually drive through it on the way somewhere else, but we never really stop there. Later, Bobs. It's good to see you. Have I looked at using Sim Hub over Sim Dashboard? I've not actually gotten a chance to use either. I know FSG uses Sim Dashboard quite a bit, and I have not had a chance to do that, mostly because my Android tablet is completely toast and ancient, and so I need to get a new tablet at some point. I use a Stream Deck for everything that I do, and so I just, built my own keyboard combinations for some of the things, and, set up custom buttons and everything, so the Stream Deck works really well. Have I gone to England? I've been through the airports in England, UK quite a bit. I've not actually gone out and visited before, but that is actually going to change here in August. I'm going to be heading out there and spending some time. My sister-in-law used to live in Leeds, and I think she's living in London right now, and so we're going to go out and visit her and get out and about and do some different things. And so I'm actually hoping to make my way up to visit FSG at some point as well. Oh, New England. That's a whole different story. And so, well, that sums up that story. I have been to New England a few times for work. I lived in New York when I was younger as well. My dad was in the Army, so we lived up in, I'm trying to think now, was that Fort Drum up in New York where we were stationed? Or where my dad was stationed, I should say. And so spent a little bit of time up in the Watertown area, and had some friends that lived in New Jersey, not so much New England. Been out in Boston a few times. We were just out in Boston for vacation a couple of years ago, right before this whole COVID thing started up. So I've gotten around a little bit, but I've more like dabbled in just about every state, but never spent a significant amount of time anywhere specific outside of Michigan and Minnesota. Yeah, it's interesting. New York, not really considered New England, but when you're so far up north, it's like, New England is kind of that spot, all the spot to the east of it, right? Oh, we're on the wrong side again. We're going to unload on the roadside. This poor wheat field, doing all my turning around on it. We didn't get very well lined up here, did we? Hey, welcome to the stream, Sam Modding, Jonah Brooks. Oh, goodness. Yeah, there's like in the middle part of the country, I think I've been to just about all the states. It's when you get up into New England that I haven't been everywhere. And then I think there's like 3 states I haven't managed to get to up there. And then you get into Alaska and Hawaii I haven't gotten a chance to visit yet. But other than that, I've covered most of the continental United States. So I think, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've been to Connecticut or New Hampshire. I'm trying to think which of the other states up there. I've visited a few of them. I'm trying to remember when and why. That's usually how I can make the connection. Have I been to Canada, Nagi? I've been to Canada lots of times. Up until, 2 years ago, I worked for a company where our main office was actually in Toronto, so I would drive up there and spend the whole week there and then drive home. So I would drive up on a Monday morning, I would spend 4 or 5 hours in the car driving up there, and then I'd head back on Friday. So spent a lot of time on the roads up there, which was a lot of people, I didn't mind so much outside of being away from my family. I'm an audiobook guy, so you put on a good audiobook and just drive, and it's all like there's no, you don't really go through that much civilization between Michigan. You know, I was going through Port Huron and up in the Toronto area, and so it's mostly farmland, so you get to see a lot of farmers out working fields there. Yeah, for sure, Nagi. I've got some good friends up in the Toronto area too. They're friends of my wife's, but we've since we've gotten married, they've become good friends of my own, and so always looking for reasons to get up there and go places. My wife is very much a person who needs to travel and do things, and so we're very much looking forward to things starting to open back up here. We're gonna empty this guy just a little bit here and go dump this back into the semi. I don't think we're getting to a point where we're gonna fill him up though. I think we've only put some into that front hopper so far, right? Oh, we're too far away. There we go. Yeah, we might need to add some more equipment to this playthrough next time. Live streaming works really well for doing harvest and stuff like this, but I'm not sure I want to spend 6 hours doing harvest next year. We might have to pick up a bigger piece of equipment here. Try out that 10T with the 60-foot header on it or something. When am I going to do a new Susquehanna video? I'm not sure. I've been kind of getting into a routine trying to alternate through the series. I'll be honest, that particular series just hasn't been getting very many views compared to some of the other stuff that I've been doing on the channel, so I'm always in the process of evaluating how current series are performing and how many people are interested, and looking to, you know, start something new when people seem to be getting tired of a particular piece of content. What's my Xbox name? Honestly, I don't even know. I haven't been on my Xbox in quite some time. I do have Farming Simulator for Xbox, but I've never played it. So one of these days I probably need to try that out, just to see the difference between console and PC at some point. Definitely want to do that before FS19 is kind of gone by the wayside here, with FS22 coming out. Hey, it's Ohioan Farmer. Welcome to the stream. I'm checking the clock here. I've got to stop by 5. I've got to take over watching the kids here in a little bit, but we've got another 15-20 minutes here. I'm not sure we'll finish this field or not. We'll see. It would be nice to wrap this field up and be able to start in on the other end there here with the next video on this map. And for those of you that are regular viewers, I'm always kind of curious how you feel about doing these live streams in the middle of the series like this. I am going to put it into that playlist at least so that it fits in with the rest of the series, but there's just so much work to be done here that I don't think there'd be any real meaningful way to make videos out of this 6 hours of doing this harvest here. So yeah, Stranded, I think that it might be time to pick up another combine. I wasn't really planning on doing the canola this live stream, but we're making good progress. I'm kind of tempted to see if I've got the 10T installed on this map. I don't know. I tend to keep my mods limited to what I'm using at the time and add them when needed, so picking up something new in the middle of a live stream might be a little tricky. Let's see what I've got. Oh, that's completely the wrong button. I would love if I had the 10T installed. Ooh, I do. We might need to get the 10T out here. I don't have the money for it. We're already in the negative, though. We are... How far done with this field is the question I wanted to know, though. We're probably about half, maybe a little bit less than halfway done with this field. Alright, let's run this back up here, and let's see if we can get a 10T going on the other end of this field. Maybe we'll call the dealer up and see if he can bring a demo unit out. I think I want to keep these two 9Ts going. Let's see if we can get a demo unit out here. Try a zero debt series. I actually did a zero debt series on Westby, and that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun on that map. Well, and the map had some issues, but that series was a lot of fun. Alright, we're gonna dump this. Let's see, I'm gonna need a loan. Let's just take it up to an even 400. I don't know if that's gonna be enough for a lease on this thing. Nope, nowhere near. Alright, well, let's take it up a little bit more. We'll just go to an even 5. I love this thing. It's the auger on it, I think, is even bigger than the... I don't know what the difference is here. We are gonna spring for the GPS though. And we're definitely gonna keep the tracks on. And I'm curious if I have the 60-foot header on here. I don't seem to have the 60-foot headers, so we're just gonna grab another 50-foot header here. We're gonna take this down. Where's it at? This is that moment where I'm wondering if I had the store deliveries mod installed or not. Oh, we didn't turn as tight as I thought I would. And if we just get that all hooked up, should be good to go. Let's see what kind of acres this thing will take on. Hood on. Get it unfolded. Yeah, I would have liked a 60-foot header, but all I've got is the 50-footer installed. Because I think this thing will actually do the 60-footer. Yeah, so I like the in-cab view on this one as well, because it's got the joysticks instead of the steering wheel. But with a header this big, it's next to impossible to actually drive it in the zoomed-in mode. So we are going to actually take off a headland pass here where we've got the other canola on the other side, because I don't want to get into this other field, because this other field is our experiment with precision farming, and so I don't want to mess that up. But yeah, this looks good. I think this is like I think it's the 9T just scaled up a little bit, because it is physically bigger of a mod. It, like, if I put them side by side, it's a bigger implement. Why is this not? Oh my goodness, it's doing straw. Not what I wanted. That's gonna be unfortunate. This is why I don't drive in cab when I'm setting things up. Let's get the header lifted up here. We'll figure out how to get rid of that in a second. Yeah, I saw that he had one of his combines burn up. Mike Mitchell, that is. Unfortunate. Sean McKee, welcome to the stream. Sander R, welcome. Alright, let's get the helper going on this. Everybody's gonna get backed up while I'm messing around. Let me see if I can. Is there a way to get rid of something that's been dropped on the ground? I know I can clear tip area. There we go. I like it. Sorry, this is just going to cause us all kinds of problems if I leave it here, though. So I want to make sure we got that all dealt with. And let's get this guy going. Alright, so we've got this semi-full. I need to race down here and empty some combines, though, real quick. And then we'll go check on this 10T. Hopefully he's doing his thing now. Blue Devil asks, do I think FS22 will have Autodrive included for console? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to have Autodrive or Courseplay built into it. Get over here, lined up. Scorpion's Edge, you haven't used this combine. It does have a nice big auger. It unloads significantly faster, I think, than the 9T. I can't recall, though. Yeah, Scott George, I've used that in the past, but I use it so infrequently because I don't do a lot of stuff with tipping things to the ground, typically. And so I always forget about it. Now the trick is going to be running around with this grain cart and trying to keep on top of things. Especially with another combine on the far side of the field over here, but we'll make it work. I've got a mosquito in my office here. That's unfortunate. I'm not ready for it to be the time of year that we have mosquitoes. Which probably means I've got a hole in the screen to my open window over here. Which is doubly unfortunate. So let's get whipped around here. I just want to empty this guy a little bit on his way down so that he can make the whole pass all the way around and back up. Although now I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have been too worried because I think this guy's got a bigger hopper than the other combines do. I can't recall how big the one on this is. Let's take a quick look here. If I remember right. Oh, nope, they're exactly the same capacity, so it should work out. Hey, Arctic66, welcome to the stream. FS16, you could hire people to sell grain or fuel or clean up, and then in the next year's nothing. Yeah, I know in the mobile version you could do that. Like FS18, I knew you could do something like that. And then they got rid of it in FS20. Yeah, I can't stand mosquitoes. They were just kind of a horrible, horrible thing. Yeah, it is the state bird in Minnesota. There were so many mosquitoes there. Like, people don't understand bugs until they've tried to drive during the nighttime in Minnesota. Hey, Brian Waller, welcome to the stream, bud. Alright, I think we've got this guy's all emptied out. The 10T is good to go over there. That guy's doing his thing. Might as well go and dump this real quick. I think this semi was actually full. I forgot to turn our truck around, so the tarps are on the wrong side for me here. Maybe it's some other time of the day at your location. It is, well, it's evening-ish. I mean, it's 4:50 right now, so I would say that's exiting afternoon and getting into evening. I like to think of anything after 5 p.m. as evening. Try and get turned around here. I really like these, the Super B trailer set, although I'm turning way too tight there. I'm gonna clip those hoses. But we are full, so not able to unload, so we're gonna run this back up. I guess we could close our tarps. And maybe we'll run the other truck out here and put it on the end row over here. I don't know. We don't really need two trucks with the setup we've got. I think even with 3 combines, I'm gonna be able to keep up. But we're gonna find out here in a moment. I really like how wide the tip point is on this silo system. Makes life so much easier. Not trying to be disrespectful, but mosquitoes, yeah. I don't know. My understanding is mosquitoes are an important part of the overall ecosystem. I know I got into a debate with somebody who was going into some related field of science, and they tried to educate me at one point, and I was just like, yeah, but, you know, mosquitoes, they're just terrible. Do not like the mosquitoes. But there's always something else that eats it. Texas mosquitoes are big enough to eat Minnesota mosquitoes. That I believe. Actually used to live in Texas for a little while, and I was pretty young then. But the one thing I remember is that all the bugs were just so much bigger down there. So many big bugs. Alright, let's see here. Let's get this guy all turned around. I guess we're gonna cave and unload on the tarp side. And then we'll pull forward and straighten this out once we're unloaded. Where haven't I lived? I've lived everywhere. I lived in Germany for 6 years too. So I've gotten international experience. My wife is from Eastern Europe, so I've stayed over there quite a bit. Done a lot of traveling, a lot of vacations in different countries. I'm a big fan of getting out and seeing different places. Lived in Oklahoma for a while as well. The joys of being my dad being in the Army was we got to move every couple of years and visit some new place, see new things. It's funny, a lot of the people I know that grew up in military families, the kids were always complaining about having to move all the time because they didn't have any friends and stuff like that. But me personally, I always loved it growing up. We got to see and do so many cool things. And especially once I was homeschooled for a good chunk of that, partly because we were moving all the time and staying in school got to be hard. And so we got to go and visit a lot of places and do a lot of things. And, you know, we didn't have the internet, and all those things weren't quite there at that point in time. So, you know, you just kind of made the best of it and had a lot of fun. Stationed in Berlin for 3.5 years. Nice. Yeah, my dad, we were stationed in Frankfurt the first time around. And then I was pretty young then. I don't remember a lot of it. But then we were stationed, I say Frankfurt, it was Bad Nauheim, I think. But then we were stationed in Kitzingen, Germany for a little while. And I remember that very well. We had a lot of fun when we were stationed there. Got to do a lot of things, Volksmarches, and visited old castles and all kinds of great things. I loved it. So, but yeah, us Army brats got to see the world. I've been to... Whoa, I'm running into the craps. I've been to the Netherlands, but mostly just the Schiphol airport. I've never actually exited the airport, but I went through... Schiphol was the layover destination for pretty much every international flight I took. And so I've been to that airport probably 150 times in the last 10 years. But never got a chance to get out and visit the country or the city even. My wife has been there a number of times, and so it's really high on her list of places that we're going to go visit once travel opens back up here. I think we're going to skip unloading and get down here and get this 10T unloaded. I think he's got to be getting close to full. He's made a full pass here already, full round. Yeah, the scalding hot soup. I've still got my Volksmarching stick from when I was a kid, somewhere in a closet here with all the little metal plates that you would get for each specific march, and we had you got a book that they would stamp with how far you walked in that particular Volksmarch. It was really cool. It was like a early achievement system before the electronics and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, and it was the schooling stuff that was tough. We were switching schools every 2 years when we moved, and so my mom started homeschooling us as a result. So, and then I was homeschooled from, I don't even know, somewhere in the middle of, somewhere around middle school all the way through. And so the good news is that I, as a result, I got to start going to college when I turned 16. And so kind of short-circuited a lot of different parts of life because I got a head start on my education. Oh, 30 kilometers from Schiphol isn't that bad at all. I used to be, even while I was still doing the YouTube channel, I was still traveling out there quite a bit for work. And so there were many, many days I was laid over in the Schiphol airport for 8 hours waiting for my next flight. So the one that I'm currently unloading is not the one that Custom Modding made. But the one that's running right over here that I'm about to start unloading is the Custom Modding North American style AGCO combine. So I'm not using the base game ones. This is the Custom Modding mod right here. People ask what school I went to, and you have to ask which grade exactly. Or, they'll ask, where did you grow up? I'm like, how long you got? Like, I've lived in 32 different homes in my life, houses or apartments. And so, it's like, people are like, how is that possible? I'm like, well, we moved every 2 years, and when you'd move, you'd be in temporary housing until we could find a place, and then you'd move into a place, but if you couldn't find a place, you'd move into the base housing, and then we'd find a place off base, and we'd move a third time, and then it's year 2 and it's time to pack it all up and do it again. So every 2 years we were in 2 to 3 houses. So we've got this guy emptied. This other guy's on the far end of the field. I have no idea what stage he's at. We've completely forgotten about him at this point. So I'm going to go unload this. Arctic Farmer, yeah, I've got a T10 on the end over here. Closest to the farm is a T10 we just leased to help knock these acres out a little bit faster. It'll make for a good video for the next set of fields here too. So I think we're going to just try and finish off this field here real quick. We're coming up on my quote-unquote hard stop, so I'm hoping my hard stop is a softish hard stop. Remember temporary housing, no room? Yeah. Well, and the other part was always waiting for the car to show up. We actually shipped our car from the States over to Germany the second time. And it took forever, and then it was broke down. Half of the time it spent at the shop waiting for parts to come from the US, so it was always an adventure living out there. But yeah, living in Germany, that's where I got to learn how to push start a car for the first time. All kinds of good memories from there. Hey, Marky the Farmer, good to see you. Alright, I'm hoping this combine's going to make it up here. We got a little bit more left to go over here than I expected, so I don't think we're going to get this done in this stream as I'm looking at it here. So I think maybe what I want to do is let's let these guys get to the end rows, and we'll stop them one at a time here. But, you know, I really appreciate everybody coming out here. Luke, what kind of car? It was a, what was it? It was a blue hatchback. It was a Gran Turismo, I believe was the type of car, a Chrysler Gran Turismo. So, good times. And then, so we bought this old Fiat that was always in the shop as well. So between the two of them, one of them was always at the mechanic. But anyway, as I was saying, I think we're going to start wrapping things up here today. It's been a lot of fun doing the live stream today, and like I said earlier in the stream, we're gonna keep trying new things out. We're gonna keep trying new time slots, so definitely let me know what you thought about this, and we will be doing another live stream later this week. I'm gonna be out tomorrow getting my second COVID shot, so hopefully that goes well. Depending on how well that goes, I might be down tomorrow and Wednesday, but there should be videos coming out on both of those days. And then maybe Thursday or Friday we'll try and do a live stream. I'll probably do an evening time slot for the next live stream just to balance it out a little bit for my friends in the US. And then we'll see how it goes. I appreciate everybody coming to the stream though, and as always, if this is something that you like, please go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the channel out immensely. And if you're new to the channel, just checking things out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I post daily farm sim content. Scott George, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that I was able to make your day go by a little bit faster. So, without further ado, that's all for today. Kedurk, out.